Welcome back, everyone. In today's video, we're going to continue working on the Porsche. We're going to finish up with the jambs and then finally move to the outside of the vehicle and start on the roof and work on the surface of the paint, removing that oxidation. To remove the layer of dead paint, we're going to use 3000 grit, and then we'll get rid of that and step down, follow up with Sonax Cut Max. That's going to get rid of the sand marks and also then work on a layer of swirling and light scratches that lie beneath the oxidation. Then we'll step down once again to the Angel Wax Redemption, which is an ultra-fine polish, and finish it. And then to prep the paint, bring out the best clarity for its coating, we're going to use the Angel Wax Perfect Polish. And to break it down into categories from heavy all the way down to a prep for a wax or coating or a sealant. For heavy, what we use here is Sonax Cut Max. For our medium duty work, the CarPro Clear Cut, nothing beats that for medium all the way up to heavy. When it comes to an ultra fine, Angel Wax Redemption is incredible. And to prep the paint and bring out the best clarity, I found nothing better than the Angel Wax Perfect Polish. So, without further hesitation, let's get back to work on the Porsche. We're working our way to the rear of the car, taking care of all painted surfaces before we get to the outside, the surface of the paint starting on the roof, and we'll work our way to the bottom of the car. We already did under the hood. We did all those areas around the headlight. We're working on the door jambs now. We'll get to the gas cap. We'll lift up the hatch. We'll work on the painted surfaces under there. We're going to lift up the sunroof and get what we can under there. And we're finally ready to start working on the surface of the paint, getting rid of that oxidation. So what I have here is a 3-inch pneumatic polisher. It's the central pneumatic, and I have a 3-inch microfiber cutting pad attached to it. And I'm using the CarPro Clear Cut, and I use CarPro Clear Cut for anything that I need medium cut for or medium to heavy. It does an excellent job. One thing I want to do, and I want to do it shortly, is add regulators on the end of the hose. Right now I have regulators on the outlets coming from the wall that the hose attaches to. I want one at the end of the hose because every tool runs a little bit differently, and I can tweak it and sort of adjust it from there. And here would have been a good example. I could have regulated and turned the air down a little bit, as this tool uses a little bit less. This tool here only needs 90 pounds of pressure or a little bit more to operate it continuously. And I'll use this on the tighter areas, such as you see here. And what I have attached to it is a little 2-inch Eurofiber cutting / polishing pad. No oxidation to speak of, except for out towards the edges, but we want to remove scratches and swirls from entering, exiting the car, also the doors closing, opening, the seat belt coming back and slapping the bottom of the sill. And we're going to take care of all of that with the CarPro Clear Cut and this pad, and we're finished. This door jamb here is done, and we can move on. Inside the gas cap, no room for a tool, no need. I'll just use my polishing cloth here. I'll do it by hand. And as we get to the rear of the car, I'm going to switch back to the 3-inch pneumatic polisher and put on a beveled edge 3-inch foam polishing pad so I can get the sill underneath the hatch here after I tape off the seal. Okay, this little area back here is finished, and also went around to the driver's side door jambs, finished that completely. Tape is removed, we're ready to move on. Okay, let's pop up the sunroof, see what kind of painted surfaces are revealed when we do that. And just like the gas cap, there's only room for my finger to get in there, so I'm going to grab the polishing cloth and do that by hand as well. All right, it's finally time to work on the outside surface of the paint and start to remove that oxidation. So we closed the sunroof once again, and we're going to start taping up. And for the first stage of masking, we're going to tape the edges. We're going to tape the seal so nothing gets down, no residue whatsoever gets down in between the cracks. I'll use 3M. I'll use the stiffer 3M here for the longer, straighter edges, and then I have a more pliable 3M thinner tape. It's a more streamlined tape that I can twist around the edges and shape to, corners and character lines. We'll grab our 3-inch Flex XFE 712 83-inch polisher, and we're going to attach a 3-inch Trizac hook and loop 3000 grit sand disc to it, and we'll wet the area. We're going to get to town on this oxidation. I've certainly gotten rid of heavier oxidation than this. You could also start with 2000 or 1000 grit depending on how heavy, how deep the oxidation goes. I can see reflection even through the oxidation, so I know it's not that deep, and I know for sure 3000 grit is going to take care of it, and we can move on to compounding from there to remove the sanding marks, and then whatever swirling, scratches, and imperfections lie underneath that layer. It's a little bit slower go than usual. I normally would use my 5-inch Trizac on a pneumatic sander, wet sander, with moisture feed. However, my airlines are producing a lot of moisture, which is horrible for the tool when all that moisture and water goes through the tool. So we're just going to use the 3-inch polisher here for now, and hopefully I can get that cleared up and go back to my 5-inch. So I'll do a pass, we'll remove the residue, and I want to show you here with that dead layer of paint gone, we're already getting a little bit of clarity back. All you can see is the standing marks from the 3000 grit. We'll take care of that. So let me jump on over to the passenger side and take care of the rest of the sunroof lid. When it comes to pads, after this step here, the wet sanding, I will usually lay 3 or 4 pads, microfiber or foam pads, whatever I want to use. I'll lay them to the side and I'll swap out pads until they're all soiled. Then I'll stop, take a break, clean them all out completely. They will get thrown away after the job as they are in no shape to do any more work, and we'll just have them replaced. So it's 3 or 4 pads per panel, and I'll keep cleaning them out until the production is so low and I can't get much out of them. Then I have new ones standing by and they'll take over. So we're going to clean off the residue, and as you can see here, I have everything old out right now for the wet sanding. Old rags, old towels. You should be wearing a respirator. Gloves would be good. You don't want to get this old enamel in your system. By the way, with a car this size, I'll probably go through between 7 and 10, either 3-inch or 5-inch Trizac sanding discs. So we're going to switch to the Sonax Cutmax, a microfiber pad, or a long throw polisher, and we're going to get rid of those sand marks and the swirling and light scratches that lie beneath. This will also give me the first chance to see what condition the paint is actually in under all that mess. Are we going to come across some more scratches and gouges? Is the paint going to be stained or etched? Well, we'll see. For the moment of truth, I'm going to get rid of the residue. It'll be unmasking the real condition of the paint, and we're going to come in and take a look. And as you can see, really not that bad. 1985 original single stage enamel. We have some good paint to work with. And what I'm going to do is move the masking tape back now, back off the edge, because we're going to be polishing. I know I'm not going to sand through it anymore. And I want to get rid of the oxidation on the whole panel, so I'm going to work the edges with my little 3-inch polisher. And as you can see here, this is what it looks like when it's all done with the cutting. Keep in mind, we haven't polished it yet. We have to go through the finishing process. That's 2 stages yet. And then a nice coating on top of that. So we're going to be in good shape. This is going to turn out nice. Okay, so I went ahead and finished and completed the whole roof, and there are some very small areas where there's a blemish here and there. We're going to let those remain. Those go down deep into the paint. We don't want to make the paint any thinner than it is. We want to leave behind a nice thick layer, and this is a good start here. We're going to finish this off, and I can't wait to see the car when it's done. Okay, so we have the entire roof done. And the plan of attack that I kind of put together as soon as I walked up to the car and I saw how much oxidation was on it works out just fine. We won't have to tweak it a bit. We're going to continue on with that, and we're going to start to get another step closer to the finish of this restoration. If you have any questions, don't hesitate. I'll catch you guys in the next video.